Hey yo, so I was just about to post the episode, and then I saw this new film pop up. Right, it's called the Protege. The Protege? I feel that's what it's called. Um, I think some places it's called the Asset, but yeah, it kind of it intrigued me when I saw who was in it. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna give it a go. Gonna give it a go. So it is directed by Martin Campbell. You know what I mean? Um, Written by Richard Wenk. It's produced by Arthur Sarkisian, Rob Van Norden, Yariv Lerner, Chris Milburn, and Moshe Dimont. Cinematography is David Tattersall. It is edited by Angela M. Catazano. Music is from Robert Rupert Parks. Oh, I'm an idiot. Whew. Yeah. Um, and whew, it's got a good cast, people, right? So we've got Maggie Q. She plays Anna Dutton, and a we see a younger Anna in the film, played by Eva Noguen Forson. We got Samuel L. Jackson as Moody Dutton, Michael Keaton as Michael Rembrandt, Robert Patrick's in the place, you know, who at first I'm looking at the guy, I'm thinking, I know that motherfucker from something, but yeah, yeah, it was Patrick. So he plays Billy Boy. We got Patrick Malid Hyde as Vole, David Rintol as Edward Hayes, Ori Pfeiffer as Athens, Ray Ferron as Duquat, um, Caroline Locke plays Claudia. She's I think she's like the housekeeper for Moody, or like assistant PA for Moody, something like that, right? We got Florian Pizuk Jr. as Ram, Chuda Chirini as Petru, Velzi Binev as Don Prida, George Pisteriru as Valley, Alexandro Borda as Anna's father, and Tanja Kila as Anna's mother. So, yeah, there you go, people. Now, the plot is rescued as a child by the legendary assassin Moody. Anna is the world's most skilled contract killer. However, when Moody is brutally killed, she vows revenge for the man who taught her everything she knows. Bum, bum, bum. So though as I said, look, I was intrigued, right? I was like, that's a great cast, man. I enjoy these people's work. So, let me give it a go. But looking at that synopsis, I was a bit like, is this gonna be like Kate? Right? Which I kind of feel Kate was one of them sleeper hits of 2021. The Netflix joint, um, with Mary Elizabeth Winstead. I think that was the actress up in the space. But yeah, Woody Harrelson. I really enjoyed that film, right? And it sounds similar. You know what I mean? And there are kind of bits like at the very beginning, and we it's 1991, and we see this thing go down, right? um and yeah, that you do wonder, but you soon realize, no, it's a different film, It's a different film, right? Which you're like, okay, that's cool. That's cool. It's got a voice of its own. Um, there are there are a few things like the whole thing at the beginning. You do There are questions like why, right? Why did this happen? Why is she in the spot? You know what I mean? Now those things, well, why she's there, that does get answered towards the end, though it still makes you wonder, right? There are still a few questions because it's just like, oh, if they've taken her, why not the other two kids? You know what I mean? Because I feel they're pedos, right? Well, I mean, they're killers, but with pedo tendencies. And it's just like, so I don't know if pedos have an age limit. You feel me? Right? So it's just a bit like, wouldn't you take the other kids too? Right? If you're that way inclined, but that's just yeah, it doesn't really matter, to be honest with you. But yeah, we have there's a lot of action in the piece, but it's a it's a kind of a slower moving vehicle than something like Kate, right? Which again, not a bad thing. Not a bad thing. There are some scenes that you do think, it's a bit long. That's a bit long. I ain't gonna lie. But the stuff to kind of show, what I mean, the skills and all of that, that's pretty fun, right? We have a lot of fun stuff. We do get that whole crazy thing about, the woman fighting off several people, which I'm like, there's times where it makes sense, and you'd be like, no, that scene I buy, like in the jail, I guess it would be, right? In the jail, that whole thing, you know what I mean? Like, you'd be like, yeah, all right, I get that. Yeah, I buy that. But when it's a scene with people hitting the girl, right? Hitting Anna, that that's a bit harder to buy, right? Just because there is a weight difference. So, however skilled you are, taking a shot from someone so much bigger than you, that's gonna do some damage, right? That's gonna slow you down, you know. But hey ho, you know, the for the most part, I would say the action scenes are decent, you know. Um, we do get there's some other bits in the thing that you've been like, it's like the first um scene with Anna and Rembrandt. I don't really like, I don't really think it added anything to the film. You know what I mean? And it does seem like a wild coincidence, especially when what is said later on, right? Because when you first see it, you think, oh, I guess this is a scouting thing or something, right? But then later on, it seems, oh, that wasn't the case. So then you're just like, why that scene? Like, what was the purpose of it? You know what I mean? Um, then we get the restaurant scene, which it's just like, I've got my gun on you, you've got your gun on me, ooh, and you're just like, ah, come on. Like, what are we doing? It doesn't really do anything. I didn't i didn't buy the sex either, like, because I think, why, right? Why? Really? We believing that character is gonna get with that character? I don't know. I don't know. But with all of this, they do throw in a little plotty twist up in the spot. And you're like, okay, okay. And I didn't mind the I I guess the friction in the camps, but you kind of think that makes sense, right? In these sort of organizations, yeah, there's gonna be this. So that, that worked for me. So mainly the beats of the story they're not bad, right? They worked. You know, there was stuff they threw in that you're like, you don't really need that, like the whole biker thing to lead into the stuff and blah blah blah. You're just like, this is just a bit. What are we doing? Why do we need this? You know? But yeah, other than that, you're like, yeah, it's not too bad. It's not too bad. We we do have that thing though, right? Where you know, like in that synopsis, right? What's it say? What does it say again? It was along the lines of, yes, Anna is the world's most skilled contract killer, right? Now, because this always happens in this film, right? Someone is meant to be the creme a la creme, right? The top shotter. And then they do shit that you're like, that's kind of sloppy, man. How the fuck are you getting caught out like that? Right? That makes no sense. Come on. So we do get that scene, that obligatory scene thrown in, but it's not bad, right? It's a solid watch, right? You're not gonna be like, ugh, I wasted my time. What have I done? It's not that, right? So it's a decent watch. I yeah, it's just under 2 hours, So I do think they could have cut it back a bit, right? Really, you know, tightened it. But yeah, it's decent. It was a decent watch. Um, if you enjoyed stuff, if like Kate, like Polar, John Wick, that kind of thing, I think you will probably enjoy this. I wouldn't say it is as strong as those films, but it's better than stuff like Ava or Peppermint. Okay, so yeah, if you enjoyed those films, you will really dig this. And if you liked, as I said, Kate, um, Polar, John Wick, then you'll be like, yeah, no, it's not bad. It's not bad. So, it's on Amazon. It's an Amazon original. So, yeah, there you go, people. The Protege might be your cup of tea.